I set a pretty lofty goal of shooting 52 long form YouTube videos, posting them, editing them, creating these fancy thumbnails just for you to watch them. Yet I am currently on December 29th sitting at 21 long form YouTube videos. So this is video 6 of the 31 that I have remaining to shoot for the year, which I also again have to post, edit, and put up on this channel. And for all 6 of you who are watching this video, I want to talk about the actual cost of being the strong one. We think about the physical and the financial if things come up, but we often forget about the mental and the spiritual cost. What I do now every morning is I spend at the bare minimum 10 minutes in meditation, but it's also based on events and how they unfolded in my life because of being the strong one. And in my family, there's a lot of strong ones, but when you take a step back and really unravel what all of that means, is having conversations oftentimes that you don't really want to have. I remember answering the phone and calling people to tell them about the passing of my younger brother. That is a responsibility. Not being able to cry in front of people for the sake of them not crying, them going through a certain emotional experience, and trying to stay strong when you're really not in that place to be strong for everybody, but you do it anyway. And your signs of vulnerability or transparency with people oftentimes lead to other people falling apart. So you have to be strong, regardless if you want to be or not. And the emotional toll that can take on you, the sleepless nights, waking up in the middle of the night, having night terrors, and then thinking about the financial impact and how much money you shell out for other people when you go through certain experience in life and you have to challenge yourself to continue to show up. That's part of the cost. Being the person who needs to continue to be better for other people, oftentimes forgetting how you feel or ignoring how you feel to acknowledge and help serve other people and be there for other people, when oftentimes you're the one who's actually going through it. It can be your experience, something that you went through. You could tear your knee, but people will say, hey, you didn't call and tell me so I could support you. Bro, my responsibility is to make sure, and this is a real story, by the way. I tore my ACL. I won't even say how long ago because I don't even remember how old I am right now. But that can be part of your responsibility as a strong one, to show up even when you don't feel like it, to show up when you're going through it, when life is slapping you in the face. One of the most impactful quotes for my life, right in the process of me going through it, was by James Baldwin. If you've watched any of my videos on my channel, and if you're watching this, I doubt you have, but if you watch any of the videos on my channel, I've quoted this a lot. Say, you think your pain and heartbreak are unique in the history of the world, but then you read. It was books that taught me that I'm connected to everybody in the world and everybody who had ever lived. Me reading that reminded me of something simple about being the strong one. And ironically enough, it pushed me to a point where I realized that people care, but they only care so much. And nobody's going to give you the grace that you want. It's just not going to happen. And I had to accept that. I went through a process of accepting that. On the positive side of it, it made me wake up to a reality that I wasn't the first or the last to go through any of what I went through. In fact, I just learned of someone who, in his grief, not only lost his brother, but lost his mom. And when I hear those things, quite frankly, it makes me empathetic, but it also reminds me that everybody's going through something and you never really know. And it doesn't matter if you're considered to be the strong one, the weak one, or just the one. It doesn't really matter. Life at some point is going to slap you in the face. And what have you set up for yourself to be prepared? So as we go into 2026 and you set your own lofty goals, you want to build systems that allow you to continue to show up regardless of what's happening in your life. But the actual cost of being the strong one can cost financially, mentally, physically, emotional, all of the above. And you have to prepare yourself every day to be able to pay that cost and feel like you can show up every single day. I don't know how we got here, but this is video 6. See you on the next one.